Welcome to my channel, All for Health with Jane. Family, the Senzo Meyiwa Trial. Today it was a very short day for this court since the defense had an appointment with their ballistic expert. So around 1 o'clock, the court had to adjourn for them to be able to go and meet with their expert. Family, in the beginning of this court, we see Advocate Baloyi informing the court of the new exhibit to be used by Colonel Steyn. So he mentions a lot of cases there, KK1, KKK2, KKK3, 4, 5, as well as Colonel Steyn's affidavit and the bank statements for accused number 5. That is the Nedbank and Capitec bank statements for accused number 5. Family, the reason why Colonel Steyn was recalled to this court was to come and clarify the 2 cell phone calls that took place on the 2nd of August 2014 and the 15th of October 2014, those who were appearing on his evidence, and that of Pinky Vithalingham, because there was a discrepancy, there was a difference on these numbers. The numbers that Colonel Steyn gave were different from those that Pinky gave. And another thing was that of using an Excel document instead of using PDF, which according to the defense or according to this court, PDF was supposed to be the original document from Vodacom. In the beginning of this presentation, Colonel Steyn explains the whole process that it took for him to come to those numbers that looked different from the numbers of Pinky Vithalingham. He starts by explaining to us what this Section 205 is. He says it is the statement with cell phone data from Vodacom. Once this statement is available, the investigating officer, meaning the investigating officer is the one who requests this statement from Vodacom. So once the IO receives it from Vodacom, he hands that to the analysts. There is a department at the SAPS, which is called Technical Support Unit. So the IO will hand it over to the TSU, and the TSU, once they are given that document, which is the Section 205, and when they are given that, they are given that document in a PDF form. So, and from there, the PDF form has only numbers. It deals with numbers. It doesn't indicate the owners of those numbers unless maybe the RICA information is being requested. But 205, it's straight the numbers that made calls to different numbers. That's all. And the TSU, once given the PDF form, Section 205 in a form of a PDF, they will convert that PDF to an Excel document. So they are going to change it to an Excel document. Steyn are the reason why they convert PDF to Excel document. It has to become easy or maybe user-friendly to the court. So hence they are changing it. And another reason he's giving why are they changing this PDF to Excel, he says the program, the SAPS program they are using, because when they analyze this cell phone data, they're not doing it manually. So the program they are using called the ANB, Analyst Notebook. So that program only works with Excel. So there is no way they're going to be able to analyze the Section 205 if they do not convert it to Excel. Family, hope it makes sense. The way I'm trying to explain it according to Steyn. Colonel Steyn, when asked what is this A and B, or maybe analyst notebook, he says this is the program used by the police to link all the information they receive from the service provider, in this case being Vodacom, or from the cell phone downloader of the SA Police. Are the Section 205 will only show the numbers, like I've already indicated. Only numbers. It doesn't show the owners of the numbers or the names of the people who called. So it focuses only on numbers. He continues to say, once the TSU, that is the Technical Support Unit, have converted that document, the Section 205, into an Excel document, and that document will be imported on the A and B program. This program is the one that will indicate the names of the people who made calls as indicated by the 205s. The A and B will indicate even the time, the movement of the person from a place to another place. Remember, the 205s only give numbers. For them to be able to know who is the person who was using this number to call, the A and B analyst notebook is the program is the one that is assisting them in order to know who has made the calls. Family, let's listen to Colonel Steyn as he is explaining this process.
I want to start with my testimony to draw the court's attention on the following. A Section 205 is a statement which we receive from the service provider in this incident, Vodacom.
Manje Section 205 is statement osithola sivela kulaba abahambisa izingcingo manje kulokhu ke kwaba kwa Vodacom.
And like we all know, we do it, the investigation officer do it by submitting a statement to apply for this Section 205 from the service provider. Let's say Vodacom, NTN, doesn't matter which service provider.
Athi ke into enzekayo ukuthi ke ibhoyisa ke lelifuna ukusenza umsebenzi lifanele ufake istatement sesicelo sika Section 205 kulabo abahambisa ingcingo ukuthi bamnike lo mbiko.
And just for record purposes, this Section 205, it's a request for what?
It's a request from cell phone records made via your cell phone to the service provider, via the cell phone provider.
Athi ke Section 205 isicelo sombiko okhuluma ngokwenzeka komakhalekhukhwini kusho ukuthi ingcingo zonke nokwenzeka konke kulowo makhalekhukhwini othize ucelwa ngaye.
First, I want to mention that the investigation officer completed a statement and he took that through the necessary procedures, court procedures to be signed and then handed it back.
Manje ngisho umfisa ukusho ukuthi ke lo enza uphenyo kulolu daba lokwagcwalisa konke akudinge ukuthi agcwalisa akudlulise nalawo akufanele ukuthi khona kuyobhekwa khona futhi kwamukelwe khona engakasifaki ke isicelo.
Please note, in this stage, the analyst stand alone. He not apply for any information or statements from the service provider.
Manje ke lana lona ohlaziyayo yena uzimele akudingeki ukuthi afake izicelo kulabo abahambisa ingcingo.
It's only the investigation officer who do that. The analyst only receive instructions or requests from the investigation officer.
Manje ofaka leso sicelo ke ilona wenza uphenyo kulolu daba lona ohlaziyayo yena uthola konke ekuthola kulona ke owenza uphenyo.
The reason why we're doing it like that is to ensure your chain of evidence.
Manje ke lokhu kwenzelwa ukuthi kungalahleki ukuthi konke abakutholile kwahamba kwasuka kuphi kwaya kuphi kwaphathwa obani kwaze kwafika kubani.
Then after the court's approval, the request of full information is completed and handed to TSU. That's our SAP office, and it's been handed to them by the investigation officer, and TSU stand for Technical Support Unit.
Athi uma sekutholile umbiko oletha lapha ku TSU okusho ukuthi ke kumele ukuthi Technical Support Unit.
TSU then issue a reference number to the application and forward the request, the Section 205 request, to the relevant service provider, like in this instance, Vodacom.
Wathi ke TSU mesikutholile lokho iyadlulisa ke isicelo lesi isiyisa kulabo ke abaphethe lolu cingo lokubuzwa ngalo kodwa ende kuloko esikhuluma ngako kwakwaba kwaVetacom.
Then TSU send it to Vodacom.
Manje kuTSU isidlulisela kwa Vodacom.
Vodacom attended to the request and sent back the copy to our TSU office in a PDF copy.
Manje ke uma ke labo ke abakwa Vodacom sebetholile ke isicelo bayawulungisa kumbiko bese bewubuyisela kwaba kwa TSU bewubuyisa uhlobo lwePDF.
Now, the PDF document from the service provider, in this instance Vodacom, what does it contain?
It contains all the cell phone records of the cell phone.
Manje ke thola wonke umbiko okhuluma ngaleyo cell phone le PDF document.
But also take note, it's not including any, let's say, personal information. Like if I save someone's name to a number, it doesn't include it. That is still your personal information which is stored on your handset.
Manje kodwa ke ayikulethi lokhu ukuthi inamba kaSibanibani wayigcina ngaliphi igama ngoba lokho ubomuntu.
Then TSU converted the PDF files to Excel.
Manje ke TSU ke siyaguqula ke le PDF iyenza iExcel.
The reason for that is because A and B is only working on an Excel document, which is a working document.
What's A and B?
A and B program, I will come.
Manje ke kusho ukuthi lokhu bakwenzela ukuthi ngoba i-AMB le program esetshenziswayo ukuhlaziya isebenza kuphela kuma document awuhlobo lwe-Excel.
Now this document becomes a document of the SAPS.
Manje ke emva kwalokho sekuba ke lona umquluko osetshenziswa kwa-SAPS.
Because the SAPS already changed the format of the documents. Now it's a document, or obviously the property of the SAPS.
Manje ngoba seyisitshintshiwe ke isikhishiwe ku-PDF yayibekwa ku-Excel manje sekuba ke okwenziwe noma okwakhiwe abakwa-SAPS.
Now I also want to just to give a small background on the AMB program. The AMB program is a program which we use in the police to link all the information which we receive from the service provider or from the cell phone downloader of the SA Police.
Manje ngithi i-AMB lena iprogram esetshenziswayo ke ukubheka noma ukuhlaziya ukuxhumana kwezingcingo kunako konke okutholakala ngaphakathi kwe-cell phone.
The Section 205, like I already mentioned, will only have numbers on it. It will only show if there was a call between X and A, but they won't mention any names.
Manje ke i-AMB umisikhipha ke ulwazi izokhipha nje ukuthi i-cell phone enale number ifonele kuphi nakuphi kodwa ngeke ilikhiphe igama lomuntu.
Then we throw the Excel spreadsheet of the service provider, the Section 205, in the AMB.
Manje bese sithatha ke le Excel esitholile ngale number bese sifaka khona lapha kule machine we-AMB.
Now I also want to mention, this is only the information we receive from Vodacom, or the service provider.
Ngifuna uphinde ngigcizelela ukuthi lokho ke ilo lwazi lonke silithola lapha kwalabo baphathi ingcingo oVodacom no MTN kanjalo kanjalo.
And now, Colonel, if you can just maybe explain, if you say you throw the Excel sheet on the ANB program, what do you mean?
Okay, not throw. Obviously, I imported it into an AMB program. Then the program do the rest. He will make linkages. He will tell us exactly that I did phone Advocate Beloy or I did phone someone else.
So ngisho ichaza ukuthi ke uma sengifake ngaphakathi kwale AMB lonke lo lwazi ukuphela lapha ku-Excel manje lizochaza ke i-AMB ukuthi mina ngafonela u-Advocate Beloy noma ngafonela abani omunye.
The AMB program is you can use it for anything. You can use it for movement, transactions, anything. It can even tell you where the guy was in the time of the call, and there's a lot of functions you can make use of. But in
Manje
this,
ningike ye-MBS engakwenzela kona-ke ungahlola ukuthi umuntu wayesuka pheyaphi, ingakusho nokuthi umuntu wayelaphi eshaya ucingo ekuphi ngasiphi isikhathi. Kuningi nje ongakwenza ngayo.
but in this incident, I only use the cell phone numbers for record.
Kodwa-ke lana-ke ngangisebenzisa iy'namba zomakhalekhukhwini-ke ukuthi ngenze lo mbiko.
Family, when we're looking at Colonel Steyn to say, I have made a mistake by this number on these 2 days where I said this number of Fizokuhlentuli is the one that has called Kelly Khumalo. No, he doesn't say he apologizes for that mistake, but instead he continues to clarify that the program they are using, it's much more intense than the Vodacom itself. In such a way that there is some information that because Vodacom, because of using the towers only, there is some information that cannot be depicted by Vodacom. So their product program they are using is able to give, that information in detail. So another thing that he said here, he said they are using a 2-hour rule. 2-hour rule is that South Africa is always, should I say behind or ahead? Let me check. We are always behind, 2 hours behind when it comes to time, according to the program they are using. So when he says the call took place around 1 a.m., then the actual time it's 3 a.m. So Pinky Vithalingham's report was on the actual time. Their report, it's behind time, 2 hours behind. I don't know, family. It's like when we say, when we are in South Africa, maybe it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. And maybe you are in Nigeria, just to give an example. Nigeria, they are 1 hour behind us, or maybe 1 hour ahead of us. So something like that. I don't know, it is because of this program was not formed in South Africa. Maybe that might be the case. Because he even continues to indicate that other countries are 6 hours behind. So, meaning it's different countries. Maybe they will go according to the difference of time as per to the country that has created this program. If I'm making sense to you, family. But anyway, in the comment section, we'll talk about it. We will discuss. You'll tell me, what are you saying? How do you understand this program? Family, let's listen to Colonel Steyn again as he takes us through the numbers that it is alleged belongs to Fizokuhlentuli, calling the number that is alleged belongs to Kelly Khumalo. Somewhere he says Kelly even called Kenny Kunene, the politician Kenny Kunene. So in that list of the people she called in the morning. And another important thing is that when he mentions that Kelly tried to reboot the phone, he booted it up. And by doing that, it's like he wanted to delete everything from the phone. But unfortunately, there was still other information, some information this program, A and B program, could pick up. So hence, Colonel Steyn had a report to give to this court. So family, let's watch and listen as Colonel Steyn is taking us through this evidence.
Thank you. We can then get back to your
No statement.
Affidavit triple K6.
And I also want to mention to the court, Kelly Kumalo wasn't treated as a suspect. We concentrated on her as a person of interest.
Uthe ngaleso sikhathi uKhona Khumalo wayengabona njengomsolo kodwa wayebona njengomuntu ongaba nokuthiza angakusiza leli cala ngalo.
We did discover the number of Nkani, suspect number 5,
Sayithola ke inamba kaNkani umsolo wesihlanu.
with number +27 73 305 9202.
Kuthiwa ke inamba ke kwaku-2773 3005 9202.
This number is being confirmed by e-notice and bank statements of the suspect 5.
Manje ke le namba ke kwatholakala isiqiniseko sokuthi yakhe kwa e-notice waphinde watholakala futhi nemakusetshenziswa iy'tatimende zasebhenki ukuthi yakhe.
I just want to interrupt you, sorry, Colonel, to refer to Exhibit AAA in brackets 1 is the affidavit of the e-notice expert at the Road Traffic Management Corporation, Mr. Chupie Christopher Matlow. On page 7, there's an infringement notice and the cell phone number.
That's correct, my lord. Must I read the number out for the court?
Is the name of the infringer in whose name the infringement notice was issued?
That's correct. Ntuli.
Igama elivela lapho igama likaNtuli.
Yes, initials, names.
Initials is F, Foxtrot.
Ama-initials ke akhe u-F.
Yes.
It was a Volkswagen Polo, grey. And the cell phone number is 073 305 9202.
Cellphone ke elivela lapho 073 305 9202.
Does that number accord with the information that's contained in paragraph 5 of your affidavit, the one that is just said?
That's correct, my lord.
Le namba ihambelana nale vela lapha ku-affidavit yami paragraph 5.
You also mentioned that you use bank records as your source to determine the number. I just want to show you Exhibit EE in brackets 6. It's bank records from Nedbank. Can you just place on record the cell phone number there?
Sifuna ukuthi afunde i-cellphone evela lapha kuma-bank record.
That's correct, my lord. It is a bank record of Nedbank of F. Ntuli. And they also mentioned the same cell phone number, +27 73 305 9202.
Kuthiwa ke lapha kuyavela ukuthi lena i-bank statement yaseNedbank usho ukuthi igama lapha kuthiwa ka-F Ntuli and the number ke ebonakala lapho u-2773
Yes, thank you. You can proceed from your statement.
In my lord, I want to start with Exhibit K1.
Siqala ngombukiso u-triple K1.
That is from the cell phone download. It's also mentioned in my previous statement.
Lokuvela ku-cellphone download futhi ke ngase ngibikile estatementini sami sangaphambilini.
The device boot up. That means that the device has been, everything on the device has been cleaned, deleted.
Kuthiwa ke lapho konke kokula ngaphakathi kwamakhalekhukhwini kwakususile.
You try to delete all the information on your lap, on your cell phone, and then he will reboot himself.
Kuthiwa kumususa konke lapha kumakhalekhukhwini uyaqala futhi uzama ukuthi uyivuse futhi leyo makhalekhukhwini uyilayithe futhi.
You've just testified that you mentioned this fact in your previous statement. I just want to show you your statement Exhibit O in brackets 1.
And it's on page 18.
18.
That's correct, my lord.
Lo page 18 kumbukiso okhona la enkantolo.
Boot up, device boot up.
So lokho ke uchaza i-device boot up.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then, my lord, if you compare the phone list, now we're going
So-
to triple K2.
Yeah, sorry, you're still on triple K1. Just put that information on record.
On triple K1, Kelly rebooted the handset during the early morning hours after the incident on 2014-10-27. That's why we did not have a complete memory of downloads of the phone book. See exhibit KK1.
Joko khona khumalo ngomhla 7 ngenyanga kaOctober 2014 wazama ukureporta le phone ngoko yikho nje yayi ukungaphakathi akubonakala kungaphelele.
And the time that this happened, what time was it?
The time was 01:31:38 a.m. in the morning.
So lokwenzeka ngesikhathi ka 01:31:38 ekseni.
But now we must also remember it's a download.
Ngisikhumbulele ukuthi lokhu kuvela ngalokho kuthiwa i-download.
It's a plus 2 hour rule.
What's that?
So it only mentioned the 2 hour rule. So in other words, you must add 2 hours. So it's 1:01:51. Now it's become 03:51.
Manje kuthiwa khona ke le ndlela abasenza ngayo ukuthi khona lo mthetho wamabili ukuthi uma inumber isikhathi ku 131:35 kugcina kuseku 03:31:35.
Yes, you may proceed.
Okay, then I proceed to exhibit number triple K2. If you compare the phone list from both the section 205 and the downloads, Kelly constantly phoned family and friends.
Kuthiwa ke uma ubheka lapha umbukise triple K2 kuyabonakala ukuthi uKelly wayefonela abomndeni nabangani.
Yeah, I can also just so on the first page, it's like Senzo's friend Kenny Kenene and Kanye. That's all friends. Precious. It's all persons in their friendship.
Kuthiwa ke labantu laba abangeke kunjengo Kenny kunene
You will
no
even,
Precious abantu ke nje abangani bami.
you will also found her sister's name there as well, Zandi.
Bathi uzothola ke nenamba kaZanti udadewabo khona la.
You will also found the number 2773-305-9202. Safe as NA.
Kuthiwa ke lapho ke uzothola nenamba e2773 305-9202 ebekwe njengo NA.
If you found that one, you will see even on the top there was also a name which has been saved as I think something different.
Lethu uma ubheka ngenhlo sobona elinye igama eligcinwe ngelinye nje igama elihlukile.
That Gogo Nzonga.
Just you will see NA,
Yeah,
then they say that the word what the fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. So I don't think there's a person with that name.
Okay, it's what an F.
Yeah. So I think it's also something she tried to hide.
Manje kuyabonakala la ukuthi khona kuyazama ukufihla ngoba isigama elibekile lapho akulona igama elisenzisekayo.
On the contact list, is there any other contact that's safe as N/A?
No, that's the only one.
Talikho elinye igama lapho eligcinwe mhlambe inye inamba egcinwe ngo N/A.
Yes, you may proceed.
Then if we turn to the next page, what is important there, which I want to point out to the court, if it's my conclusion, this one, she must have 1,605 contacts or more.
Kuyabonakala lapho masibheka la kubonakala ngathi ke unabantu ke abakhona lapha abaneyinombolo zabo la ngaphakathi kwefoni abalingana 1,605.
The numbers is also not numerics. Like you will see, it start 8, 9, 11, 13, and then it jumps a lot. That is how the numbers has been deleted or missing.
Bathi uma ubheka la inamba yabona ukuthi zihamba kube khona la ubona khona ukuthi hayi ezinye zakhishwa.
You will also found that at 647, the email address of Kelly.
And then uzobona ukuthi kuno number 647 kuna email address kakhe.
Then just for the information of the court, triple K3, it's all the programs on the cell phone.
Bathi-ke lapha ku-triple K3 kubonakala wonke ama-program adla ngaphakathi kule cellphone.
And then I just want to mention, maybe in the previous one we didn't make it clear about the 2-hour roll, and I also think I forgot to add it to my to my Excel spreadsheet. That is where the misunderstandings come.
Ngifuna ukuchaza ngalo 2-hour rule ngithe umthetho lo setshenziswayo kwamahora amabili ungachazanga kahle.
Sorry, you say you didn't mention the 2-hour rule in which document?
In my previous statement.
The previous statement?
That's correct.
Yeah, just tell us the page, the paragraph, so that you all...
That is on page 23.
On page 23?
Yeah.
Lapha ku page 23 statement samsangaphambili ngizange ngichaze lo 2-hour rule engikhuluma ngayo.
Now, if we go to page 23 of my old statement,
Yeah.
if we read the time, it must be 22:40:47. And if we go to exhibit number triple K4, then we trace the call using data.
Sorry, let's hang on a bit.
You will see on my first page there. Eleventh entry from down.
Yes. Just put that exhibit number on record.
The triple K4.
Triple K4.
That's correct.
Can you say what number from the bottom?
You will see next on my last line is there's P23. It's my reference I put there.
Bathi lapha ke ku exhibit 3 triple K4 ila ekulandelelwa khona ucingo.
I'm referring to the shaded portion.
That's correct.
Yes, just put the information on record.
It shows the number 2782-704-4358. Receive a call from 27-733-059-202.
Yes.
And it's on 2014-08-02, 10:40:47 p.m. In other words, it's 22.
Can I get the times again? The date and the time?
The date is
2014.
2014-08-02. And it's 10:40:47.
Kuthiwa ke le number go 2782704358 yathola ucingo oluvela ku 27-733-059-202 ngumhla ka-2 enyangeni yesi-8 ku-2014 lapho ke isikhathi kwaku 10:40:47.
Yes, and
Okay, then
duration?
the duration is also 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Kuthiwa ke isikhathi kwaku yiminute elilodwa nemizuzwana amashumi ayisihlanu.
That
Now-
comes back to the 110.
Manje ke ibuyela lapha ku-110.
So what would, in light of your explanation that you have to add 2 hours to a download,
Yes.
what would the actual time be?
The actual time will be then 00:40 in the early mornings of the next day.
Manje
Oh,
kuma
8:03.
sesinezezela ke lo 2 hours onesizelwayo ugcina isikhathi seku 00:40 and 47 wasekuseni osukwini olandelayo.
Then if you go to the exhibit number triple K5, you will find there, I think it's also been highlighted on the first page, that during that time she was using data. And now the court must also keep in mind, this information won't be to the disposal of Vodacom, because it's coming straight from the download.
Yeah, that's critical. Just explain that to us. Because the supposition or allegation is that there were numbers which, when they are compared with those which are on the PDF,
That's correct.
they don't correspond with the numbers on the parcel.
That's correct, yeah. That's
Just explain that concept, because then it means this is fabricated.
Yeah.
Because the numbers must be the same. If they're not the same, there's manipulation,
Yeah.
there's fraud, etc.
No, that is in the beginning of the cell phone downloads. They did mention the UTC-2 plus UTC-2.
Yeah.
Then you must add the 2 hours. That comes in with the download of the cell phone information.
Right?
So then every time you have to count it plus. Some other countries is more, like 6 hours, but ours is 2.
So it's 2 hours.
Yeah. So if you just take your 205 year reader time, and you're not adding the 2 hours on the download, it will looks like it's overlapping.
If you can refer to paragraph 9 of
Yeah,
Ms.
because-
Fathilingam statement, triple J in brackets 1.
Oh, 9, which one?
Ms. Fathilingam statement.
Yes. That's correct. Hers is section 205. It's straight from the service provider. So
Yeah.
that's real time.
That's real time.
Real time. If
Right.
you put it like that, yeah.
But umbuko ka Ms. Vaitilingam kuyabonakala ukuthi ivela ku-205 futhi ukuthi kusetshenziswa ke isikhathi esifana nesikhathi esisetshenziswayo.
And then in the person, obviously, it must change.
That's correct. Yeah.
But explain to us, because, we are dunderheads. We don't
Yeah.
get this.
But if you come, yeah, I don't know why it's working like that.
Yeah.
But that's
You
the
say it's the
rules.
program.
That's the program.
Yeah, fine.
It's a program from download machine.
That's it.
Yeah.
Family, let's meet in the comment section. There's some information that I couldn't put on this video because of time. I didn't want this video to be very long. But thank you anyway for watching this video to the end. And please do not forget to like this video before you leave. Family, what is important again is to subscribe. I love you, family. Thank you very much. Bye.